Welcome to Sarasa Samutsarn School. This is Science Matayam 1.
Hello everyone! Good day students! Hope you're all doing good today. Welcome to our class. My name is Teacher Carla Circulado and I will be teaching the subject. So I hope you are ready. If you are, bring out your notebook, bring out your pen and your books, and let's begin.
Let's begin our lesson by reading our vocabulary words. So listen carefully as I read each word twice, and then please repeat after me. Cacti, cacti. Very good. Grow, grow. Very good. Picture, picture. Very good. Sensitive, sensitive. Very good. Fly traps, fly traps. Very good. Seedling, seedling. Very good. Depend, depend. Very good. Protectors, protectors. Very good. Purifiers, purifiers. Very good. Thorns, thorns. Very good. Now let's do our dictation of 3 words. Get one piece of paper or your notebook and write as follows. Don't forget to write your name. So if you are ready, let's begin. Number 1. Spell the word picture. Number 1. Picture. Number 2. Spell the word thorns. Number 2. Thorns. Number 3. Spell the word fly traps. Number 3. Fly traps. Okay, now let's check your answers. Get your red pen, everybody. If your answer is correct, please put 1, but if your answer is incorrect, copy the correct answer beside your answer. Okay, number 1. Let's read and spell together. Picture. P I T C H E R. Picture. Number 2. Thorns. T H O R N S. Thorns. Number 3. Fly traps. F L Y T R A P S. Fly traps. Very good. Good job, everyone. Okay, so before we move on to our topic for today, I have 2 questions for you that you need to answer after the slides. So you better listen to our topic. The first question is, what is the next stage of a seed in a life cycle of flowering plants? And my second question, once the plant has reached maturity, what will happen to the flowers? So that's the 2 questions that we will answer in our topic for today. Our topic for today is in Unit 1, Plants. It's all about the life cycle of flowering plants. So if you have your books, get your books and open on page 11. So if you are there, on page 11, let's begin our lesson. So today, we will talk about the life cycle of flowering plants. Okay, we will talk about the life of a flowering plant. So the plant begins its life as a seed with enough air, water, and temperature, which is coming from the sun, with just the right amount of heat and minerals. The seed will grow or germinate. It will germinate into a seedling. The seedling will then grow its shoots or leaves, but these leaves cannot make its food yet. So it obtains its food inside the seed leaves or the cotyledon. Once it continues to grow its true leaves, it can now make its own food. Of course, by the process of photosynthesis that includes the sun. A young plant will also develop or grow its roots deeper so it can hold on to the soil stronger. As it continues to develop and grows, it will become an adult plant. An adult plant also develops its flower. So we know that the sex organs of a flower or of a plant is inside the flower. It has the stamens, which is the male organ, and the pistil, which is the female organs. After pollination and fertilization, it will now reproduce its fruit. So as we can see in this picture, this tree has a lot of fruits. So we know that this fruit is from the mature ovary walls. And inside we have the ovules. That ovules becomes the seeds inside the fruit. So when we cut the fruit, we will see the seeds inside. Once the fruit has been consumed or been eaten, the seeds will then fall to the ground and develop into a new plant. Then the life cycle of a plant will then repeat itself. So now let's answer our first question. The question is, what is the next stage of a seed in a life cycle of flowering plants? Very good. The answer is, seeds will germinate or start to sprout and grow in seedlings. So the next process or the next stage of seed is seedlings. So our number 2 question, once the plant has reached maturity, what will happen to the flowers? Very good. The answer is, flowers from mature plant will become a fruit. So the flowers will become fruits. Very good. Very good. Now before we move on to the next slide, I have some questions for you again. So the question is, what amazing plant eat and absorb nutrients from insects? And the number 2 question, what amazing plant protect themselves by folding their leaves all together? So listen carefully so you know the answers. Let's begin. Everybody repeat after me. Amazing plants. Very good. The first amazing plants that we will talk about is the sensitive plants. Everybody, the sensitive plants. Good job. So this plant is Mimosa pudica. Everybody repeat after me. Mimosa pudica. Very good. Mimosa pudica protect themselves after being touched by folding their leaves all together. Okay, so this is the Mimosa pudica. Once they are touched, they protect themselves by folding their leaves all together. As you can see in this short clip, okay, the person touched its leaves. See what happens. That's right. It's folded its leaves all together. Okay, so that is the sensitive plants or Mimosa pudica. The next amazing plant that we will talk about is the cactus or cacti. Everybody repeat after me. Cactus. Cacti. Very good. So the cactus or cacti, they grow thorns to protect their stems, which are for the storage of water. So usually, we see a tree with leaves, right? But cactus, they shed off their leaves. So they do not have to give off or produce water. Instead, they grow thorns to protect their stems and also to store the water inside the cactus. Okay, so they grow thorns. As you can see in the picture, they have thorns. They do not have leaves because they store the water and protect themselves. Very good. Okay, now let's move on to our next slide. The third amazing plant is the Venus flytraps and pitcher plants. Everybody repeat after me. Venus flytraps and pitcher plants. Very good. So this is the Venus flytraps and this is the pitcher plants. Let's read the paragraph first. Eat and absorb nutrients from insects as well as carry out photosynthesis. Okay, first the Venus flytrap. This is a very beautiful flower or plant that is carnivorous. Okay, Venus flytrap is a carnivorous plants. They are carnivorous plants because they get their nutrients from insects. Okay, so for example, this insect or any mosquitoes, they get the nutrients from them. Okay, so the other one is the pitcher plants. Pitcher plants are also several different carnivorous plants because they also get the nutrients, their nutrients from insects. Okay, so their leaves, it is known as a pitfall traps. Okay, so if you know a pitfall traps, is that when you walk, you get and you fall. Okay, same as this plant. The insect will be trapped and fall inside their leaves. Okay, so as you look inside the short clip here, okay, there is a liquid, digestive liquid inside this plant. And the insects were trapped. Okay, so this is another example of a very amazing plant. The Venus flytraps and pitcher plants. Now, we have the questions earlier. Let's now answer those questions. Number 1 question, what amazing plant eat and absorb nutrients from insects? Very good. The answer is Venus flytraps and pitcher plants. Now let's answer the second question. What amazing plant protect themselves by folding their leaves all together? Very good, class. The answer is the sensitive plants or the Mimosa pudica. Very good, everyone. Okay, so before we go to our next topic, I have another questions for you. My question is, number 1, why is plants very important? And my number 2 question, give some reasons why plants are very important. So to answer those questions, we need to discuss this topic. So listen carefully. So our next topic is entitled, Our Lives Depend on Plants. Everybody repeat after me. Our lives depend on plants. Very good. So we have learned that plants are very important. Without plants, life on Earth would not exist. So it simply means that without the plants, the trees, we cannot survive here on Earth. That's why it's very important. Okay, without the plants, without the trees, we are nothing, or we cannot exist. Okay, let's know the reasons. Okay, the first reasons, because plants are primary source of food for humans and animals. Everybody repeat after me. Primary source of food for humans and animals. Very good. So we depend on plants and trees for our foods. The vegetables and fruits that we eat is from the plants. Animals also depends on plants. Most animals are herbivores. They eat from the trees and the fruits of the trees. Okay, the next one. The plants are oxygen producers and natural air purifiers. Now repeat after me. Oxygen producers and natural air purifiers. Very good. So oxygen producer, we know that plants produces oxygen. Okay, that's what humans breathe, also animals and other organisms. Okay, that's why trees are very important because they produce oxygen. Also, trees are natural air purifiers, or they help clean the air that we breathe. Okay, it helps the atmosphere because we produce carbon dioxide as well as cars, factories, okay, which trap the heat inside the atmosphere that causes global warming. So the trees help to clean the air by intaking the carbon dioxide that is around us. That's why they are natural air purifiers. That's why what we breathe is clean. The plants or the trees help to make the air in our surroundings clean. Okay. Now let's answer the questions that I've asked in the first slides. So the first question is, why is plants very important? Very good. Because without plants, life on Earth would not exist. So then the second question, give some reasons why plants are very important. Very good. Plants are our primary source of food for humans and animals. And the second reason, plants are oxygen producers. Very good, everyone. Keep on listening. Now, before we move on to our topic, I have another questions for you. Number 1, where does plants protect us from? And number 2 question, what is the source of all materials? So listen again so you can answer these questions. So plants are very important because plants are home for animals. Okay, so we know in the forest, there's a lot of animals that lives there. Okay, there's flying creatures or animals like birds, and also the land animals. They all live in trees and plants. Okay, so it's very important for animals as well. Okay, next one. Plants are natural protectors against sun, winds, and flood. Now repeat after me. Natural protectors. Very good. So we know that trees can block the sunlight, okay, giving us a space or shade without the sunlight. So we don't hurt our skin or our face with the heat coming from the sun. Okay, it protects us from the sun. Next, it also protects us from the winds. Okay, the trees protect our home by slowing the wind speed. Okay, so their essential function is to minimize the damage to our homes from high wind storms. Okay, so they can slow the speed of the wind. Okay, that's why they protect us from the winds. Okay, they can slow the wind coming through our house. Next, we know that plants or trees can absorb water, okay, from its roots. Okay, so they help us to prevent floods. Okay, like this one, as you can see, it's being absorbed by the plants. Okay. Plants are also decorations for buildings and surroundings. Everybody repeat after me. Decorations. Very good. So we all know that right now, plants are very popular, okay? We put them inside our house, or it can be decoration in the buildings, cafes, restaurants, and even in our homes. Okay, so they became a decorations for us. Okay, next. Plants are the source of all kinds of materials. Everybody repeat after me. The source of all kinds of materials. Very good. So as we know that when we cut the trees are being made like for houses or other furnitures, okay, for use. Okay, so they became materials for us humans. That's why they are very important for us. Okay. Now we can answer the question. Where does plants protect us from? Very good. Plants are natural protectors against sun, wind, and floods. The second question, what is the source of all materials? Very good. Plants is the source of all materials. Good job. Now let's do our exercise for this topic. Bring out one piece of paper or in your notebook. Don't forget to write your name. For this exercise, we will do fill in the blanks. You have to complete the sentence. So if you're ready, let's start. Number 1. Mimosa pudica protect themselves by blank their leaves together. Number 1. Mimosa pudica protect themselves by blank their leaves all together. Number 2. Cactus grow their blank to protect their stems, which are for the storage of water. Number 2. Cactus grow their blank to protect their stems, which are for the storage of water. Number 3. Plants are natural air blank. Number 3. Plants are natural natural air blank. And number 4, plants are blank for buildings and surroundings. Number 4, plants are blank for buildings and surroundings. And number 5, plants are blank for animals. And number 5, plants are blank for animals. Okay, now let's do our summary for this topic. We talked about the life cycle of flowering plants. We also talked about some amazing plants. And we talked about our lives that depend on plants. Now, let's see if you really listen. Can you briefly explain the life cycle of flowering plants? Very good. The answer is, it starts life as a seed, which germinates or grows into a young plant or seedling. As the plant grows, it develops flowers. An adult plant is capable for reproduction, so that flowers will later become fruits. There are seeds inside the fruit, and that seed will fall into the ground. Then the life cycle then repeats itself. So the next one, give some examples of the amazing plants. Very good. You're awesome. The answers: the sensitive plants or Mimosa pudica, cactus or cacti, Venus flytraps, and pitcher plants. You're awesome. Next, which is the amazing plant that grows thorns to protect their stems? Very good. Cactus or cacti. You're awesome. Good job. And the next question for our summary: which amazing plants eat and absorb nutrients from insects? Good job. Venus flytraps and pitcher plants. You're awesome. And the next question for our summary: give 2 reasons why plants are very important. Very good. Plants are the primary source of food for humans and animals. And plants are oxygen producers. You're awesome.
Good job, everyone! Thank you so much for listening and paying attention to our subject for today. Hope you all learned a very important lesson on our topic. Don't forget to watch the next video for your safety. Goodbye!
Thank you, class. Thank you, students, for paying attention. Just a reminder, don't forget to wash your hands, wear your mask, stay at home, eat healthy, and we will see you soon. Good job and good